Good morning, my future debt-free millionaires. This is Zach Edwards for another Debt-Free Millionaire podcast and personal finance course. And as you know, this season is all about personal finance. Next season is about real estate. So stay tuned for that. But what we're going to do for this part is we're going to talk about something that's very important, at least to me, and it should be to everyone, because it's like the underlying waste of money. It's where your money is going and you don't know that it's going somewhere. So in the past, what we've done is what they call balanced a checkbook. But these days we don't write checks and we don't balance our checkbook. So we don't know how much money is going in our wallet and out of our wallet. Though a lot of us would like to say, I know exactly what's going in and out of my wallet. At the same time, you might look at your credit card statement once a week, once a month, maybe every few months. But do you really know what's coming out of there? Do you find little expenses and say, oh, it's just a little one, so I'm going to let it go? Well, here's the thing, and I do this all the time. I see a $3.99 or I see a $6.99. I'm like, it's just a small fee. I'll get to it at some point. You know, after a whole year of paying $6.99, that's $7 times 12. How much is that? That's $96. $96. That's $100 you're wasting every year on a service you're probably not even taking advantage of or doing. There's so many small ones that we could talk about. Easy ones to shoot down are, how many streaming services do you have? Do you have Spotify? Do you have Netflix? Do you have Amazon? Do you have Disney Plus? Do you have Prime? Do you have, oh sorry, I said Amazon. Prime. Do you have Paramount? Do you have so on and so forth? I could be adding on and on and on. And those are just the streaming services. YouTube Premium, YouTube channel, Apple TV. There's so many that we're wasting our money on. And how many can you watch every month, every day? How much can you watch at one time? I think that's one. And yet we have 12 different subscriptions out there. Now, if we want one for audio and one for video, okay, that's something. But you can't listen to two audio platforms at the same time. You say, well, I like this for this reason, and then this for this reason. And again, that's more money that's pouring out of your pocket every month. Now, those aren't even the ones I'm really talking about right now. I'm talking about the ones that you don't even see that are there. So maybe you sign up for a yearly membership. And every time that yearly membership comes in, you might see an email. You might not see an email. But you do get this reoccurring fee that keeps coming back to your wallet every year. And because it's not every month, it's not when you were looking. And because it wasn't when you were looking, you neglected it. And you might cancel it, but then that's $120 or $130 or whatever you spend on it that you're not going to use because you didn't go for a refund. Yes, you should always go for a refund if you're able to catch those fees, cancel them, and ask for a refund. Most services will give them to you. So Paramount, I actually started with Paramount because there's some shows I wanted to see. Well, I started watching Paramount and I realized it's like, you know what, those weren't the best of shows, so I canceled it. Well, then they charged me again. And I was like, okay, I thought I canceled it. So I wrote them up and they said, oh, we don't give refunds. I was like, well, you charged me when you shouldn't have been charging me. It's like, well, we still don't give refunds. It's just our policy. So I kept talking to them. And after a while, they said, okay, fine, we'll give you the refund. I think they just want to get rid of me. But you know what? Seriously, that was what, $12? That's like a half hour's worth of work. Probably took me like 2 minutes to respond to their emails every few days. And finally, even though it was against their policy, they still gave it to me. So these are all ways. And yes, it might be nickeling and diming. Oh, I make $80,000 a year. I make $100,000 a year. Well, what happens if $80,000 a year is actually part of that's being eaten up? Say about 5,000, maybe 10,000. It gets to be a lot, doesn't it? So how you fix this is exactly what you think. It's canceling. Then asking for refunds for those that you can get refunds. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Now, here's an interesting thing I just found out about. And this was a Visa card. Visa. So everyone knows who TikTok is. Does everyone know what ByteDance is? ByteDance is actually the company that owns TikTok, owned by or controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. Well, because of that, because they have to give their information to the CCP, a lot of people are against TikTok. But there's actually other programs that they do in the United States that are crap. It's total junk. And so their policy is, oh, we don't give refunds because it's a software. Great. Then you shouldn't have recharged me. But come to find out, Visa, I decided, you know what, they keep charging me even though I keep canceling. So I canceled the credit card. What happens? Visa has a contract with ByteDance, with the Communist Chinese Party, or an affiliate of Chinese Communist Party. And now some people might say, oh, that's race baiting, that's being conspiratorial. It's not actually. So this has been proven that the CCP has certain rules and regulations on companies that come out of China that they can use. And the House of Representatives and even the Senate has agreed to it. Now, I'm not saying cancel. I'm just saying be smart. If you see something that's owned by ByteDance, don't start it because they will keep charging you. And then, this is what I was going to tell you before. The contract they have with Visa is that anytime you cancel a card and restart a card, or if you change the number, they will give them the new number. So you might try to get rid of them because they keep charging you and you don't want to keep going through the hassle. Visa will actually give it back to them. That's how corrupt Visa is. And it's not corrupt. Sorry, it's not corrupt. It is a business policy that they've put together. They put a contract together to give them your information. But it's something that you should know about. Because when I called up Visa, guess what? The people didn't even know about it. The customer service people didn't even know about it. The only reason why I knew about it is I had a manager. I talked to a manager and they said, okay, you got to be sent over to this department. So we went over to this department to cancel that. Oh, look at that. Those people didn't know about it. The manager from the other one did know about it. And so they don't even tell their own people that that's the policy, because then they have to divulge it to everyone else. So, corruption? I'm not sure, because it's a business policy, and some companies are not liable for telling you everything that they have contracts with, every person that they have contracts with, and what their contracts actually say. But they should. They should tell you that right away, because you might cancel your card, and you might get a new credit card thinking that you're going to be able to erase all those people that have your credit card number. But just to know, all those companies still have your number and they're still going to charge you. Yeah, that's right. They will charge you because your name is attached to another credit card and they want ByteDance, who pays them, to be able to get that number again. Because the more time that they charge you, the more money that they can make from ByteDance. And so the more money that they make from you. So it is a reason for them to keep the policy going, because they make more money. Now, again, corruption? No, it's legal. It's something that you can ask about and find out about. They're not exactly hiding it. But yeah, I would say it's unethical to give someone else your credit card number when you're canceling the credit card number. Now, they say it's a convenience for you. Because then when someone steals your card and you get a new number, you don't have to worry about registering with everyone. The problem is, what if I want to re-register with everyone? I want to double check that all those payments going to my credit card are actually part of my credit card, that are actual monthly fees and other payments that I authorized. So because there's no ethics or there's less ethics when it comes to credit cards, you need to check your credit card balance all the time. So today, sorry, went off on a little rant. Today is week 4, day 3. Today's Tuesday. Well, we're doing day 3 because we're redoing some of the chapters in our book. So day 3, and why this is really important is we're going to go over the memberships that people have. Now, some of the biggest memberships come from these two stores, Sam's Club and Costco. Which one do you want? Or do you want both? If you're paying for both, you're really wasting your money. Because the truth is, some people I like the Kirkland brand at Costco. Well, I like the Sam's Club pricing. And so they have to buy both. No, you don't. Because the more stores you go to just to get a buck saved, or more stores you get to because you like that flavor just a little bit more, well, it just means you're going to be spending more and more and more money. And the more you spend on these fees, the more you're wasting, the more you're losing. So yes, it's a convenience. Yes, you like the flavor, but do you really want to pay $50 a month, 12 months, $600? So do you want to do that? Do you really want to waste that money? So yes, this is a question. But the same question goes for, what if this one was Netflix and this one was Hulu? Do you really need both of them? You're getting, there's already on each of those streaming services more videos than you'll ever watch in your lifetime. And there's more coming. Now they've actually slowed it down because of, look at that, the price. So there, about a few months ago, there was a strike that was going on between the Writers Guild and also the actors went on strike as well to support the Writers Guild. The Writers Guild said, we want more money, we want more payments, basically more money off of everything that we create. And we don't want you to have to be able to use AI to do any of this. Well, then the actors came in and said, we want more money and we want AI as well. Well, that's great. Okay. I support people going out and asking for more money and saying that they don't want to have their job taken away from them. Question though, if your price keeps going up, what will that company do? Take McDonald's for instance. California, I've told you this plenty of times, California increased their minimum wage to $20 per hour for fast food restaurants. Did you know that 10,000, that's 4 zeros, 10,000 people were laid off, workers at these fast food restaurants, because of what? Because of California's regulations. And a lot of the franchises are actually going out of California. They're closing down shop and they're leaving. They're gone. Out of there. Bye-bye. Because of regulations by the government. So what happens when all of a sudden the Writers Guild or the actors say, I want more money? Well, then the University Studios, Disney, all of them have basically said, oh, well, we need to actually lay people off because things are getting too expensive. And we're not just laying people off. We're actually going to reduce the amount of movies that we produce. We're going to do less Star Wars, less Marvel. We're going to do less this and that. And what happens? You're going to have less streaming. So this is interesting. Okay, so we're going to get to this point very quickly. I want to show you this. Okay, so before I get to that point, the major subscriptions that people have. First one, Amazon Prime. 60% of the market has Amazon Prime. That's a lot. They have owned 60% of Americans are subscribed to Amazon. How is that? I mean, we have two accounts. That's the truth. My wife will not get rid of her, and hers is a really regular account. Mine's a business account. I can't because I have stuff listed on Amazon. But my wife will not get rid of hers. And we're wasting $100 every month or every year because she won't get rid of that. So at some point she's got to give. Hopefully. I don't like throwing money out. But 60%, I can see that because we have, again, 2 for this household. Next one, Sam's Club, 26%. Costco, 24%. Walmart Plus, 23%. I'm actually surprised at that. I have a Walmart right down the street. I can drive there. I don't have an Amazon down the street. Can't drive there. And if they had movies, I could see that. But they don't even have movies as part of their Disney Plus. Nike. Why the heck do you have a subscription to Nike? Nike's just stealing your money left and right. Holy cow. I don't even know what they produce that they would have a membership. I should have looked that up. But I have no clue. Best Buy. Why do you have a subscription? Oh, Geeks. Yeah, the Geek Squad. Okay, I can understand why people would have a Geek Squad membership. But beyond that, I don't know. Subscription. Why? Why have a Best Buy? Please, someone email me. Tell me. I have no clue why you would have that. Listen, DoorDash Dash Plus. Pass? Do you really have that many times that you're having someone send you food? I mean, that's wasting money hand over fist. You're not just wasting it on the pass, but also every time they deliver food, you're wasting money. Please, people, buy from the grocery store. Make it at home. Save your money. Instacart. You hit. America, America, wise up. Get out and go do something, exercise. And that includes going out and going grocery shopping. You do not need Instacart to get you something. Amazon will deliver it for free. Everyone, go out and do something during the day, including get rid of your Instacart Express. Okay, I can somewhat understand for fast food if you have real reasons for doing that. Now, if you are disabled, I can understand Instacart. Totally understand that. But Express, really? Only if you're using it daily or every few days do you really need those two. Okay, shipped. I'm going to see this shipping app. I haven't actually looked this one up. Next one, Fresh Direct Delivery Pass. 4%. 4% of America? Go to the grocery store. Get out of your house. Especially those remote workers. Get out. You're just gaining weight. You're just becoming unhealthier. This fresh food does not matter. Yes, okay. So food does matter because food is actually the biggest driver of health. It's not exercise. It is health. And health makes it so that you can actually go out and do something. So the food that you eat, if it's fresh, it actually has a better ability to keep you healthy than exercise does. But again, if you want to be healthier, it's going to be doing exercise. And everyone needs to get out of the house to be healthier. You cannot live in your house. Go do something, please. And look at that. None. Look at that. None. 16%. I'm actually surprised that they have no subscription base. That's got to be like Amish. That's got to be... people are very wise with their money. Older generations, I could see those. Okay, those I could see. Now, here's an interesting thing. So these are the main streaming services. You've got YouTube TV, Netflix, Paramount, Max, Hulu, Prime, Fubo, Apple TV, and Peacock. Okay, so what do I have? I have regular YouTube. I don't need YouTube TV. Nope, don't need it. They do have a lot of shows. Don't need it. Netflix. Okay, so we don't have Netflix. Actually, my wife's parents pay for it and actually pay for it so that we can have a subscription. But if it was for me, I would get rid of it. Netflix is worthless. It does not have the shows that you really want, especially now when they're reducing the amount of shows that they're producing. Paramount, every once in a while it has a good show. Every once in a while it has like the Super Bowl. That's it. Max. Now Max I actually get through AT&T. I have their internet, and with the internet, they pop this little free thing on there, but I have it for my house internet. So I keep it. Hulu. Hulu is now part of Disney Plus, which is actually funny enough not on here. So take out Apple TV. I have Disney Plus. I have Disney Plus, and I actually pay for Disney Plus because of my kids. I don't like what Disney Plus is starting to put on there. It's going away from what the customers actually want and going to more extreme factions of Disney. But we have it because there are good programming in there as well. So it's a really hard mix. Now, Amazon Prime, I have because of shipping for my business and to post stuff on their site. My wife has one. I don't know why she has one. I really don't. There's nothing in there. Minus her history, of which, even if she got rid of Prime, she'd still have her history in there. Oh, I so wish I knew. Fubo? Pfft. Why? Did you know that there are free streaming services out there? You don't actually have to pay for any of these. Because there's so many free ones. Now, the shows are not as good as they are in these ones. They're not the new stuff. But you can actually find thousands of movies on there. So many movies you'll never see them in a lifetime. Just telling you. So you don't need Peacock, you don't need Paramount, you don't need YouTube TV, you don't need Fubo, you don't need Apple TV, you don't need Hulu, you don't need Max. You might need Prime because you have shipping. You definitely don't need Netflix. So America, if you want to save money, this is like the number one thing you could do today. Drop your subscriptions. If you don't want to, it's up to you. But these are the major culprits of where your money goes every month. So, think it over. Here's something for you to think about as you're thinking that over. Okay, watch times. So, watch times have definitely increased over time. Number of streaming titles they have definitely increased, but look at that. They're actually, well, they're plateauing. That's that. That's incremental watch time. Okay, but look at this. This is the thing that's really interesting. Cost per incremental hour. So for every hour that's being watched, this is how much it used to be. The number of streaming titles, as they increase it, the price skyrockets. It takes off. So all this being said, the more hours, or the more services that you're getting, you actually have to watch more hours in order to get your value out of these services. So the cost is going up, and I'll show you this in just a second. The cost is going up, but the streaming hours is not. And I hope you don't increase your streaming time, but don't. It's a waste of money, and you're just becoming unhealthier, sitting on your couch watching these things. Soaring cost of streaming. Now, I know this is dirty language that I'm giving. This is stuff that nobody wants to hear, but it is the truth. Soaring cost of streaming. Okay. With ads, Netflix now has ads, and it's $6.99. Oh, great. And you have to worry about the ads. So at some point, you're like, oh, I really don't want the ads. So previous month cost without ads was $9. So, $10. It's now $15. And it's just going up. We got rid of cable. Why? Cost, it was like $50 for a cable service. And they had tons of ads. Tons of ads. Or sorry, yeah, with ads. So it's less expensive. No ads. So if you're going to pay this amount, get ready for your money to walk out the door. Prime is one flat rate. That's great. I don't pay the monthly because I pay yearly. And I pay the yearly because I have a business account. And I need that account because one, it gives me discounts. Two, it gives me shipping. Three, it allows me to list on Prime, on Amazon. Look at this, Max, $9.99 with ads. With ads. $14.99 without ads. It's now $15.99. Peacock went to $11.99. Sorry, $9.99 to $11.99. Same with Paramount. Apple TV was $6.99. There is no ads yet. But they're going to go the way of everyone else, minus Prime. And Prime, I think, it's actually just added ads too. Look at that. Apple TV, $9.99. It's actually one of the cheapest in this batch. This is actually how old? It's like a year old. And things have gone up since then. Hulu, $17.99. $17.99. With ads, $7.99. You're paying an extra $10 a month, an extra $120 a year to watch these shows without ads. Yikes. Yikes. Add all these up, even with the ads. You're paying $50 a month for all your streaming services. Might as well go back to cable, because at least cable had up-to-date stuff. It's true, and they had news. Actual news, not stuff you find on social media. Oh, the cow. What is happening to our nation? Okay, you want to see something that's happening with our nation? Okay, so how abusive, this is interesting, and this is also a sour topic. How abusive are parents becoming right now? Very. Most parents are being abusive to their kids. Why? I'm going to give it, just think that over. Why are parents being abusive to kids? Okay. Abuse is not always physical, where you hit someone, and that's abuse. It's not always verbal. Neglect is one of the biggest types of abuse found in America. Neglect. You neglect your kids. You don't do things with your kids. You put them in front of a TV and make that your babysitter, or screens, and you make that their babysitter. But here's the bigger thing. My son doesn't, some of my kids don't like mowing the lawn. Totally understand that. I didn't like it when I was a kid. What is it if I tell them, oh, you don't have to mow the lawn. I'll pay someone else to do it. My son mows a lot of lawns because a lot of kids don't want to do the lawn work. That is a form of abuse to some extent. And the reason why I say that is because there's kids that are doing this all day, being on the streaming services all day, being on their phones all day, and not learning hard work. They're not getting out in the sun. They're not doing things that are actually healthy for them. So if your parents make you do chores, you should actually go thank them. You really should. Your parents love you, which is why they're having you do those things. Because you know what? After you're listening to all the complaining, it'd be easier for me just to do it myself. But I don't want to do it myself because I don't want the kids to be able to learn how to do things. That's why they have chores. That's why they have to go mow the lawn. Everyone has a spot on the lawn. So it's usually a little small spot. They gotta mow the lawn. And I'm sorry, it's maybe once a week, maybe every other week. Actually, it's every other week right now. But when it was raining, it almost was every week and a half. But here's the thing. My kids, I hope that in the future that they'll learn about how much I love them, that I'm actually willing to put them out there, because most of the time I'm out there anyways. I could be doing it myself, but I'm out there helping them learn how to be hardworking, how to be productive, and how not to sit on a screen all day and let that be the babysitter. Because if that's how they are right now, that's how you will be in the future. If you let your screens control you right now, you won't be able to get out of that addiction. It is an addiction. An addiction is basically anything that takes your time away from doing other things. It's not, is it a drug? No, it might not be a drug. It might actually be something that's that addictive, but you feel like you have to do it. If I feel I'm bored, so I'm going to go watch the screen. You know what? The best thing for a family to do when a kid is bored, let them be bored. It is okay to be bored. Okay, I've gone way over on what I was going to talk about. But this is very important. When it comes to the way we run America these days and the whole world, these are our babysitters. These are the going rates for our babysitters. And rack them up, they're getting expensive. This is, again, they're per month, so it's not that bad. But it's every single month, for every streaming service you have, for every phone you have, for every device you have, for every... If you're on a cell phone and everyone has a cell phone in your house and you have like 4 people, 4 kids, 2 parents, 6 people. That's 6 different cell phone memberships. So my daughter started paying for hers. She's going off to college. I was very proud of her. Come to find out, her grandmother actually gets a free account. So she doesn't get to learn that lesson right now. Hopefully in the future. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. Anyways, I'm done with my soapbox. I'm glad you listened, because if you got to this point, you've actually listened to the whole thing. I hope you... if you don't agree, please email me. I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear your understanding of why it's not abuse to let your kids sit inside all day and watch screens and watch video games and not do things that are productive. I would love to hear that. I would. And I will not ridicule. I will not... I might tell you my disagreement there, but I will not ridicule you. These are, again, opinions. My parts are opinions, but they're based on facts. So opinions based on facts. If you want to give me yours, I would love to hear your opinion. I would love to hear everything you think about this. If you think my whole thing on streaming services and memberships are wrong, please tell me. If you have certain ones that you like over other ones, please tell me. I would love to hear them, and I'd love to share them online on this podcast. So thanks so much for joining me. We will catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.